Hey, what's up, y'all? Peace and blessings. Your boy MVP, most valuable prophet, the God-fearing radical black Puerto Rican man of God for the Bronx for life started. And I was just watching something my wife on Netflix called My Perfect Neighbor, and it's an oxymoron for this documentary because it contradicts what the actual title is. And more specifically, just when you watch it, it's really sad to see the outcome of that whole tragic event. And a lot of folks um, have to bear culpability. When you think about, what the white lady did, shot up the mother of four, who happens to be a woman of color. She was gunned down and was a martyr. But before that even occurred, there's a lot of events that led up to it. And, the lady that was calling the cops multitudes of times, um, complaining about, children's behavior, being in her property, and nothing was being done as far as like really doing a thorough investigation. There's a lot of disservice, and all around it's very tragic. I mean, it's a lot of atrocity there where there was no accountability, and this is what people tend to do in life is that when you're trying to bring awareness to something, try to make the right steps and do what's right, and taking corrective actions for how to address the matter at hand, and nothing's being done. And after a while, the person's gonna take matters into their own hands, and this lady was calling multitudes of times, and nothing was being addressed as far as like really patrolling, policing the environment that they were, that, as far as the community that they live in. So she took it upon herself, and one of the parents that had a problem with the white lady was banging on her door, and she shot her. You know what I mean? And I understand the whole justice for the mom that was killed. I get all that because it was manslaughter. You can't run from that. That's inevitable. But there's a lot of disservice all around. There's a lot of disconnect all around. There's disrespect all around, and it's just really sad that people don't know how to establish boundaries and parameters. Folks don't know how to, love your neighbors. The word of God always say, love your neighbor, you should love that. No, love your neighbor, you should love yourselves. And it's really tragic. It's really tragic where there's no love, and there's so much animosity and hatred, and just to reflect and go back to the word of God when it says, love your neighbor, you should love yourselves, man, thy neighbor thyself. And it's just it's just unfortunate. And when you hear these kinds of stories and documentaries, and of course this is based on a true life event, based on a true story. It's it's sad. It's sad, and lives have been impacted, and all you can do is continuously seek the justice of God. Thank God that He's love, man. Thank God that He's righteous. Thank God that He's a God that seeks justice, that is justice rather. He's so many layers, man. That's just unbelievable, and that's why you have to seek the justice and truth of God, because everything that the Lord does is flawless. Everything that He does is correct. There's no error on His end at all, and you just gotta learn from it, as far as just the encounters that we go through every day, and just reflect it back to the Word of God, and just making sure that when you read the Word, that the Word of God just ministers to you deeply, that it speaks to you deeply. The Lord's gaining your attention, and just continuously bring awareness to you, so that you live life according to the sound doctrine. So it's just sad all around it. But definitely watch the documentary. It's called My Perfect Neighbors on Netflix. When you watch it, you see what I'm talking about. So that being said, peace and blessings. Love you guys. God bless y'all. Till next time. Later.